Hi, I'm Jim Grant. I'm the host of Messages of Inspiration and Hope show that is sponsored by the good guys at speakerspathway.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for volunteering to share your message of inspiration and hope with the folks out there. My goodness gracious, with all of the nonsense going on in the world today and all of the negative things we hear and see, we really need some good positive energy. And thank you so very, very, very much for participating in that. My purpose in making this little video is to be able to make sure that you're able to put together the best presentation you can. Rule number one, and these are rules. If you break the rules, you pay the consequences. But rule number one, sincerely, show up at 15 minutes before we go live. We go live at 12 noon Eastern Daylight Time on Mondays and Tuesdays. You might say, well, gee, I don't start talking to 12:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Show up at 15 minutes before, because that's before we go live. We can go over some techie things. Make sure you got good audio. Make sure you got good video. Make sure there's no bright lights or anything that's, makes a glare on your screen or anything like that. But if you show up at 12:15 and you go live at 12:30 and the show's already live and it's going, we don't have that time to make that on the spot correction. One thing too, let me encourage you, these little things here, I know we know them, I know we like them, I know we use them and all that. Of course, they get more tangled up than anything I've ever seen before. But let me isolate this one right here. This is the one that normally goes in the right ear. It's got the little mic there. You see all that? Okay. Get this in front of the camera. Do not use these for your presentation. The reason why, this little mic, it can rub up around your collar, on your clothes, and it has a scratching noise to it. It's distracting, and if you show up before, 5 minutes before you go on or 10 minutes before you go on, and that's what you got, it's going to be a distraction for you, because we're taking the Messages of Inspiration and Hope show to a new level. We're expanding this thing. We're attracting some high profile people. We're going to explode this thing. I'm not making a ridiculous promise or anything. I'm just saying that you want to look like, you want to be professional, okay? Now, in addition to being the host there, I've been on the radio from first time 2005 to 2014. We did 5 shows a week. We had over 2 million downloads per month. And I'm also the host of Your Future Is Now. We started that show in April of 2019, and we've now surpassed over 5 million downloads. So you might say I've interviewed a few hundred people over the years, and I know what works and I know what doesn't work. So show up early, make sure, especially with the video, make sure your lighting is good, make sure that your microphone is good. Just a simple little headset with a mouthpiece works beautiful. Some people have different combinations, but just so it's important for you to hear as you talk, because that way you can adjust your voice. You can speak a little louder if you need to. You can also make emphasis on certain points. Learn the power of pause, that sort of thing. All of these things will help you. I don't want to get into any speaking lessons here, but I want to share something with you where the Messages of Inspiration and Hope show is. Let's go. Let me share my screen here if I may. And okay, let's see here. Here's the home. This is the home of speakerspathway.com. If you scroll down here a little bit, there is the Speakers Pathway Coalition. We're the proud sponsors of the Messages of Inspiration and Hope show. That's the way we're being known now. We're dropping the word support because we don't really provide support. We called it that in the beginning from the pandemic, but we're really about messages of inspiration and hope. This is a picture of a few of our guests here. But if you click on see more, boom, like that. The individual presentations come up there, and we got pages and pages and pages of them that you can see. Let's just pick number 9, like all cats have 9 lives. Let's see who all's there. There's Ryan Carey, Roland Benson, Ron Fox. I remember him. And Nancy Benitez. Yeah, all these good people here. My goodness gracious. I'm just going to click on, let's say, Odile Remmert. I'm sorry, mispronounced her name there. If you scroll down, here is her individual presentation. Her topic was the truth about fear. She was on Tuesday, April the 14th. She's one of our earlier guests. This little information about her. Yeah, the more information you give us, the more information we put here, that sort of thing. And would you like to have a nicety to have as a free gift? Okay, let me show you something here. Let me move my camera here out of the way so I can get my, in this little voice thing here. You go to speakerspathway.com. This is where you'll find the individual recordings of the Messages of Inspiration and Hope show. And then follow the little arrow. Come all the way over here. You see that 6 keys freebie? Speakers Pathway Coalition, speakerspathway.com, is the home of the 6-minute webinar. But Dandy Don McGrath, one of the co-founders, me and Don, we founded the Speakers Pathway. He wanted to give you a freebie. So here it is. You click on that. Boom, chicky, boom. This is how you can create your powerful webinar and attract your ideal clients. Now, this is for your business afterwards. Now, the Message of Inspiration Hope show is designed to deliver your message of inspiring people to help them overcome whatever it is that you want to deliver, okay? This is just a nicety for your business afterward. And after you take a look at all this stuff here, if you're really turned on about the 6-minute webinar, well, you can just come and see us. This is our homepage here, 6minutewebinar.com. They got a video right here you can play. And I mentioned earlier about us being on the TogiNet radio station. Your future is now with over 5 million downloads. And you can find our show not only on toginet.com, that's TOGINAT.com, but you can also find us on a little place called iHeartRadio. We're also on Google Podcast. We're on Spotify, which is right here. You can see us right there. Your future is now. All of our episodes are down here. You can see we got 5 or 6 there, you might say. We're also on, let's see, we're on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcast. We're on iTunes. We're on 3 or 4 other little places, including this one here, which surprised us. We didn't know anything about. I've never heard of Castbox FM. Have you? Castbox FM, but there we are. They picked up our show. And the reason why, when you have 5 million downloads out there, you're making a lot of impressions all over the internet, and you're making these little pings, which are impressions, which are echoes, and they just keep echoing and echoing and echoing. So therefore, you might say we've got a little bit of experience in the world of broadcasts. And most importantly, we want you to be a star on the show, to be a guest on our show, to have the best audio, the best video, and most importantly, deliver the best message you can. So look at those 6 keys there. It's a gift from Dandy Don McGrath, from him to you, from the Speaker's Pathway. And make sure that you have a good headset. Make sure your lighting's okay. Make sure that we sound okay, because we've had speakers show up, and honest to goodness, we had one person that you couldn't even see their face. They were like this the whole time. You're like, whoa, that's a disconnect. And it's because they were so interested in reading their notes. Do not read to the audience. Speak to the audience, okay? I'm Jim Grant. Hope these things help you. Remember, we're going to show up at 15 minutes beforehand so we can check our mic, check our lighting, make sure our audio and video works good. We're also going to go over why we're going to have the chat box open, give you the countdown there, and also to remind you of your website, your email address, all those wonderful things. But most importantly, we're going to have fun. And thank you so much for being part of the Messages of Inspiration and Hope show. I'm Jim Grant. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.